Hey guys, welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Let's get straight back to where we were. So, we were just heading back to the ship after the conclusion of that main quest, which I think kind of worked out as kind of the best compromise that we could have had in that situation. I'm not sure what happens if you don't convince them to go back to camp, if they remain there, or if you do it the other way. And this game looks great. Okay, so I imagine we can fast travel back, but I'm liking the scenery, so we're gonna have a little wander. Oh, they don't look very friendly. Let's go around. Yeah, they don't sound very friendly either. One thing that I think Bethesda do get right, or at least they do very well, is filling up the open world. So like for example with their like the crafting and alchemy systems.
I used to skip rocks in the river until Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
Silly old fool. Jealous of someone skipping stones. Yeah, so like there was a big drive to kind of explore all, like every last kind of area, because you're always picking up different herbs and plants and all kinds of things. Woo! Ow. Yeah.
We got this! We made.
Yeah. So from the last game, last video, you might kind of get the impression that I hate Bethesda stuff, and I don't. I really enjoyed it, especially a lot of those games, especially when they first came out. But there's just a few things that just wind me up about them, and because they're all kind of in the same engine with the same kind of setup, the things that annoy me about them don't change game to game. God. Beautiful. Right, so what's next?
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
I can understand you not wanting to go back. You didn't seem happy in Edgewater.
It's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
I'd be glad to have you along. Pick a cabin, it's yours, Kaylee. I mean, Parvati.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
There's so much Firefly in this game, it's great. Oh, hello, Vicar. Forgot about you.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Yes.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Well,
What can I do?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
I'll be back. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
I think you did the rightest thing you could sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they didn't care much for me.
I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but never your mother. Oh, I think my batteries have run out. Luckily, I foresaw this eventuality and have a spare pair right here. This is going to be mighty suspenseful though. What's she going to answer? Who knows? How long is it going to take for me to change my batteries in my controller? Who knows that as well? I'll be back.
That's on account of how I never met her.
Why would you just assume that she's... Okay, how is that possible?
She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
Is that normal?
I don't know about normal. Dad said she worked under some kind of special contract. It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
I wonder if we might meet Parvati's mum later. Okay. Tossball stick. Sawed-off shotgun. Hello. I keep pausing rather than. Let's break down a few bits. Tactical shotgun 238. Where was the sawed-off one? Sawed-off shotgun 93. Stun baton. Revolver. Got two. Plasma rifles. Okay, let's go to the old workbench. Did we end up putting a sight on the... I'm sure we put a sight on something. Yeah. That's pretty cool. And floral patterns on the outside. Nice. Modify, tinker, repair. Let's repair all the bits that we need to. Tinker. Let's maybe increase the damage of the assault rifle because that was a bit lackluster, wasn't it? 54 bits. Just go again. I can imagine. Generally, when I'm playing RPGs, I don't spend a lot of money early on, because I only start upgrading stuff and buying new stuff when I start dying a lot.
What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh dear. Even with the taking off, there was the Firefly reference.
From Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yeah, good. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why are you doing? Fine, I'll go have a word with Gladys.
I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. So let's just go to his to the captain's quarters and pick up this whatever this thing he's on about.
I so enjoy watching you sleep for hours on end, Captain. It's quite entertaining the way you drool and whimper.
I haven't even slept yet. That's weird. The holographic shroud projects a disguise on you and your companions that gives you access to restricted areas, provided you have the correct ID cartridge for that area. Restricted areas are off limits to unauthorized personnel and otherwise result in being attacked on sight. Okay. Welcome, Captain. Messages. Hawthorne's unread messages. From U Bedford. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message, silly me, I'm mailing you a copy of my favourite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. It's about a dashing space pirate with a heart of, well, Steal. It's not exactly border proof, so don't you go showing it around to your spacer buddies. Hope it will amuse you while you're out adventuring. Any similarities to a certain someone are entirely intentional. Okay.
Captain Hawthorne used to be more dashing.
Adelaide's deserters dreamed of an independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson, never dream. Interesting. I wonder if that'll have some repercussions. So we got this invisibility thing. Let's go. Oh, there's disguise thing. Okay, so where do we have to go? Okay. Do we go to the Groundbreaker to get access to the planet? Is that what we're doing? Speak to Gladys on the Groundbreaker. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
You got a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we could have a head over to engineering now.
Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Break time's over. Back to work. Should we have both of them? Do we really need Vicar Max? Yeah, whatever. Might come in useful on a certain situation. I don't know. I'm gonna try keep to under an hour for each episode because the last episode took forever to render. So it's all stealing stuff. I don't know what the theft kind of mechanics like. Yo.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get chewed with me again, you little backbait rat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. Need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
I noticed you were in the middle of an argument earlier.
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
I heard you knock someone out with a tossball stick.
The guy insulted my Rizzo's Rangers, alright? You can't just insult my Rangers and expect to get away with it. So, of course, I decked him with a tossball stick. I mean, what am I? Some kind of fair-weather fan?
Rizzo's Rangers?
Only the finest group of tossball players ever to take the field. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
So you defended the honor. So you defend the honor of your team.
Exactly. I was only doing what any self-respecting Rangers fan would have done. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
Why do you ask?
Oh, just musing is all. Must be nice having the run of the colony. Never being anchored to one place, always chasing some horizon. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
Never caught your name, I'm Lyle.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
I want the mag picks, but I don't know if I'm going to get into trouble. Yeah, I was thinking about Phineas just when we were talking to him earlier. Like, do we? Because there's been
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
There's been a couple of times where he said, get this for get this for me. I mean us. Like, it's kind of made a point of and I don't know if maybe he's not telling us everything, and maybe kind of there's, because it seems to be kind of a bit of theme of this game that there's always two sides to every story. So I'm wondering. And if you look at that list of stuff that he's done there, what we've got: sedition, forgery, conspiracy to commit conspiracy, unlicensed medical practice, destruction of bar property.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so riled at him.
So I mean, I get the feeling that the board is going to be the greater evil, but maybe Phineas isn't all, you know, what do you call it? All good either. So okay.
Identification, please.
Hawthorne's ID, or here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said. Well, let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side. Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
How do I get this resolved?
You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss it.
Any idea why my ship was impounded?
Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important.
Great, I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
I'm looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Seems like there's some tension between the board and Groundbreaker.
You noticed, huh?
I'm sharp like that.
What can I say? We're passionate folks, and the board can't abide that independent spirit, especially not when it might impact their bottom line. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top in manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
Why can't Groundbreaker and the board just work together?
You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure as shit ain't about to do that.
Sounds complicated.
Sounds like, yeah. But from where I sit, it's all coming through loud and clear. They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new Groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
See you around.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you.
Huh?
Hi, indeed.
Captain, I was hoping for a word. Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the Groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know someone who can read the book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Sounds like a good lead, but how do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a simple vicar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds good, let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
A quest objective requires you to enter a restricted area. If caught inside, you will be shot on sight. Using a disguise will prevent immediate hostilities.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures register to find out which crew the scholar shipped in and out with.
Okay, so how do we do the stealth thing? Base health, threat generated, and hack. Guess we go hack. Okay. Stealth. Go gadget stealth. Don't know how it works. Finding a MADA ID cartridge will help us. Okay. You now be automatically disguised when entering associated restricted area. Okay, so I guess we still got to be pretty chill about it though. Let's pop a quick save just in case. Okay. Do we really have to use 5 picks? Hang on a second, let's think about this, shall we? There was 5 picks on that side. You guys, can you wait here? Whatever. So we needed 5 picks to get through that one. We also need 5 picks to get through this one.
Hey, I saw that. What do you think you're doing?
Yeah, okay. This is why we save. Okay. Is there not another way to get in other than using like practically all of us
Great work.
There it is.
confiscated goods?
Now that we have the data cartridge, I can finally find out where that scholar I'm looking for ended up. Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit card he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
This all seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's go. Another 10 skills. So I think now we've got past 50 on a skill. You can just increase that one skill with your skill points if you want. Let's get long guns up to 50 as well. Tech. Dialogue. Cool. Track down Reginald Cheney. Track the scholar to a rented domicile in Fallbrook on Monarch. Okay, so that's not here, is it? We've got Parvati introduced. I think we need to see her anyway. But anyway,
This is Halcyon News.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Hmm?
Do you know what's happening on Terra 1? Last I heard, the board was in dispute with the Renegade Company. Sounded dire.
They call it Monarch now. It's supposed to be a real hell thing. Warlords drumming up marauder squads, blood monkeys, all kinds of shit.
Should we get some stuff into junk? What we were in 9 and 5. There's another 9 there, which is 100% condition, exactly the same. Ooh, 14 you say? I say we have that so we can see his character. Okay. Junk. Junk. Is that Ollie toxin free? I like that. I so rarely use stuff like this in games. All the little kind of bonuses to like one attribute. Movement speed is pretty good though. Bit of Saltuna. Should think about modding some weapons soon, actually. Okay.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Let me see what you got. Sell junk. Restricted stock. Do we have to do like a quest for her till she opens up her stock? Yeah, whatever. Which was the first? The rest and go.
Can we rent an upstairs room?
No, it's Gladys.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or did the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
Phineas sent me. He said you could sell me a nav key to Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
10,000 bits. Tell me about this opportunity.
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms...
No qualms here. Let's hear the details.
Do you know Edna, over in engineering? Sweet as a pea, that one. On occasion, she'll pass along transmissions I might find interesting. She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called Roseway. And Auntie Cleo abandoned that place years ago.
Why was Roseway abandoned?
Can't say I know for sure. Maybe it never really was.
Sounds like someone poking into somewhere they shouldn't be got into a spot of trouble.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Might have been a ruse to keep the rest of the board from sniffing around.
Say no more, I'm in.
You've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. I like that. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. Corporate bigwigs will pay top bit for inside information on their competitors. The more we got the corps fighting each other, the less time they got to meddle in our affairs.
Abandoned outpost, corporate secrets, got it.
Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done.
Let me see what you got for sale.
Won a charming copper kettle off that girl who runs the pub. She's a fierce arm wrestler, but she's no match for your pal Gladys.
Ooh, mag picks. Salvages helper, space's choice. 660 DPS, that's pretty good for us, isn't it? How much is it? Woo, 11,000. We've got 5,000. Okay, can't be doing that. Okay, interesting. So do we have to, I guess we have to go off world to do that. So we've got Udon, Bedford, and
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Something I can help you with?
can I buy supplies from you? You seem well stocked.
Not without dispensation from Chief Jun Lei, I fear. Supplies are hard to come by out here.
Okay.
Take care.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
What's this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
What seems to be the problem?
I'd like to see Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say? Have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
See you around.
Take care.
Oh well, sorry.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Ah, yes.
Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
We can just turn in Phineas Wells right now, okay? I really wouldn't know.
It must have been lost with Alex then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die?
He died in an escape pod accident.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic at hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the bard so interested in Wells anyway?
You haven't read the posters. He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
What's this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. It's... well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where Wells is.
It's fine. Really, it's perfectly fine. I understand. Now, if you've nothing else, please see yourself out. I'd like to drown myself in work.
We're leaving. Okay, so we got a ship free. That's interesting, isn't it? Because Wells said to us, didn't he, that he instructed the guy that we were supposed to meet, Hawthorne, is it, to put the beacon down and then move away, and then seemed very shocked that he'd died. But if Hawthorne was supposed to give Wells up to the authorities, maybe he'd given him the wrong information and kind of, well, basically murdered him. So yeah, do you know, more and more it seems like they're hinting that that Phineas is actually, I don't know, maybe he ends up being like the main villain at the end or something.
Those XF411s? And an old... Good law, the heat in here is so unbearable I can hardly even concentrate. Junlei better hurry up with those damn repairs.
There's Junlei.
Machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Lyle, nice place you got here, Chief.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll do whatever I can to help you keep the peace.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Now that my ship's out of impound, I can safely say I'm headed for Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
Parvati, you wanted to talk to Jun-Li. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Jun-Li. Chief Jun-Li.
Jun-Li is fine.
Nudge Parvati to continue.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Silently encourage Parvati.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Thanks, Jun-Li. I had some other questions for you.
Captain. Ask away.
Seems kind of warm in here. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Is there no room for compromise?
None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
Got it. I'll take care of that right now.
Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Couldn't we try to talk this out with whoever's down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
I'll get you those parts from the back base.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
Okay. Whoa.
Is Halcyon news. We interrupt your regular...
Get new parts for the radiators. Talk to Jesse. Interesting, that's a companion quest. So is she a potential companion? We might have to do that. So let's do this first. New parts for the radiators. Miracle on the frontier. Deserters forced to return. Something, something, something dark side. Okay.
Hey, McBride, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king.
Parley with the king?
Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts Jun Lee sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
So, can I grab the part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Fine, here's some bits.
Tribute it is. And ain't this just a royal sum?
Don't we need those bits, Captain? To buy the key from the lady?
The principles of the universe dictate that sometimes we must appease others to keep from being roasted alive.
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Got it, thanks. Don't want to talk to him for any longer than we need to.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Cut them off.
It's alright, we'll get plenty of money doing other stuff, and also there was the chance of getting the key without even paying for it, wasn't there, if we do that mission, so.
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures. Can you imagine being frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
It certainly doesn't seem like the best thing. Engineering.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Got the parts for the radiators, what now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight manticore infestation.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't
Okay.
worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Clear of the radiators. You don't need
Subtle work, Captain.
Bad news. Diagnostic tests of circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Speak fast if you can. I can always fix
mercy from you.
Cycle droplet pumps.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
So a bit of a loot, and I think we'll have to call it time for this episode because we're like I said, we're gonna try and keep them to an hour so the rendering's quicker, so I can do more and get them up quicker. But it does mean that they're going to be shorter episodes. To be honest, when I'm recording, I kind of like to have like one main quest per episode, but it don't look like that's going to be feasible. So an hour it is. I know some people prefer shorter episodes. I know that the YouTube algorithm definitely does, but like I say, I just feel like it's a bit more complete when you do them in like I say, one episode per major quest. This certainly hasn't been a major quest. Side quest, I guess, is the term. Oh, good job we checked that. We don't want to miss any of those. Bum, bum, bum.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Nice. We'll be on our way. Okay. So, like I said, that'll do it for this episode. Still got a bit more to do on the station before we go off world, and then to get this landing key, whatever it is, free of charge, we'll have to go do a mission to do that. So we'll next episode we'll probably do that and come back finish off the bits in the station, and then that'll probably be that episode, and then we'll probably move on to the next planet after that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this series because I've been wanting to play this game for some time. So thanks for joining us, and I'll see you in the next one, folks. Alright, bye.